welcome to More Good News. We're going to hear today from a man who refused to continue being a human cannonball at this year's summer fair. He's just been fired. And coincidentally, a banker has also just lost his job. When a senior citizen asked if he could check a balance, he got up and pushed her over. I think she's all right. She's okay. Today we're also going to have a special inside report from our reporter investigator Riptide on what happens when. You know what I'm talking about. Then what happens? Let's go straight over to our reporter Riptide. Rip! Hi, yes, thank you, Des. We've been getting a few messages on what people want to do when, and it is a topic that's on people's minds. So we've come out to explore what one viewer indicated she is doing. She doesn't want to be named or be seen on camera, but we'll see the results of her efforts. We're going to discuss what they're doing abroad and some of the things we can do here at home. No, that's okay. We won't put you in camera shot. We know you don't want to be seen on camera. So, okay, we're just going to turn it on and review now. So this is your solution, and what you've suggested here, quite unique, is to wash the toilet paper gently. Yeah. And this is all that's left of a roll. Yeah. That's right. The fast wash didn't really work. And the drying it in the dryer doesn't work either, so you've just got to hang each piece out. I see, yeah. And how's this working out for you? Oh, that's all right. You don't have to start crying now. That's okay. Yeah, it's a bit. Well, so this is one of your solutions you're indicating, and you're keen to find any others. All right, well, further in this report, we're going to explore something a little bit more back to nature, perhaps. Thank you so much. Well, we thank very much for the lady to show us her solution, one of the thoughts that she's come up with, and we appreciate the viewer bringing that to our attention. I'm not entirely sure if that is the best solution, or indeed if that's particularly working here. She also suggested to take a normal 2-ply toilet paper roll and separate them, so you would have 2 rolls essentially. I'm not sure how practical that is, or if that would work either. However, that's one thought, isn't it? And then when we look further afield, we can see that other countries have other solutions. For instance, I was in a trip to India some time back, and when the appropriate time came, I asked some local people if they could point me to the facilities. They pointed to me to a large room with about 10 holes in the floor. They looked a little bit like that, looking down on them, and with a proper flasher and everything. I thought, excellent. I had sandals on, I'd been walking around. Obviously this is the local foot wash. They misinterpreted what I was requesting. So I went ahead, put my foot one behind the other, gave it a good flush, washed the feet out, looked good, felt good, and that's achieved the goal. I came out, I mentioned that's indeed what had been done, washed the feet. They thought it was really quite funny and walked off. So later on I was initiated into what needed to be done in order to take care of the job at hand. Now, when we're in Europe, of course, many other places facilitate something like that in a very similar way. They use water and they wash everything. Closer to home in France, of course, they have something called a bidet, and people are very familiar with that. And here in the UK, well, it's not something that we necessarily do on a regular basis or think about. But I think perhaps with the situation at hand and the shortage thereof of toilet paper, you know, it's not something that I think we should really be stressed about too much, where it occupies a great deal of our time. So to that end, what we do have, of course, is a shower. The use of a shower. It's something that we're familiar with on a regular basis. So just to think outside the box for the time that we need to. It's not such a bad idea, perhaps, just to jump into the shower. It may be a little bit inconvenient as well, depending on where you are, and of course, hopefully at home. But that's a thought. If you can do that and achieve what you need to achieve, you'll come out fresh as a daisy and feeling much better for it. So I hope that gets you out of a sticky situation. Thanks very much. This is Riptide, and back to the studio. And thanks RP for dealing with the TP so no one has to go OTT. Indeed, there are many worse things than being fresh as a daisy or a dandelion. And that's it from More Good News. Stay safe, stay home, help those you can, share the love. That's it from the news team here and myself. Good evening.